So we're going to try to maintain good posture here. But we also want to make sure, talk about posture in this hand. So if you look, we're going to do the same posture stuff we talked about in the last video, but now we're going to work on more fine motor skills. So what we're going to do is called synchronization. There are two goals of synchronization. The long-term goal is to get speed of your finger pick. And to do that, there are two components. There's the right hand and the left hand. So you start out, in this exercise we're going to focus mainly on the left hand, although everything we talked about in the last video on the right hand still applies. So as I do this exercise, I'm doing my same good right hand technique, but I'm focusing on keeping the fingers curved, keeping a nice relaxed posture here with a straight wrist. And then I'm trying to get this motion of plucking down a bunch of strings, or pressing my finger on a bunch of strings, without flopping all over the place. So if you look at the mechanics of the left hand here, if your thumb is way down here, now you have to reach way up to get here. If your hand's tilted like this, now I have to reach further to get up here. I have to reach even to get out here, versus if I'm right here, I'm just ready to go. I'm playing in position. So the goal of this synchronization exercise is to practice playing in position very effectively. You don't want to have your wrist like this, because then I'm now reaching for this, versus when I'm here, I'm just right above that 4th fret and ready to go. Same with the ring finger. Now I have to reach to get to the 3rd fret, versus now I'm just ready to go. And you don't want to be way down here, because then I have to reach up too. So you want to be contracting with the fingers here so that you're right there and ready to roll. Now, your goal, if you look at this hand, is to do this motion and not letting the fingers flop all over the place. So it's not that. It's, and the reason you do it very slowly, which I'll talk about in a second, is your goal is to internalize this stuff at a slow tempo. When you practice slow, you have time to really focus, and you can also internalize what it feels like in a relaxed state. As you speed up, you tend to tense. So you want to have the time to focus on being relaxed and maintaining all the different facets of what you're doing, because you're focusing on a lot of stuff. You got to play with your right hand and your left. There's a lot of things going on, so you need the time to work on it. You need to be able to do it relaxed. So I practice at the 16th note equals 60 at first. And as I'm doing this, I'm also working on good right hand technique and synchronizing the two. Again, the pinky doesn't flop all over the place. It's right here and ready to roll. As you get more comfortable and you're like, okay, I'm good here, you move the tempo up. So now I'm going to do the quarter note. I do what's called speed bursts. You don't want to just do this all day long, because then you'll get tired and tense. You need to give yourself breaks so that you can get to a really fast place and know what that feels like, but only stay there for a little bit of time so you get so that you're relaxed in that spot, and then you stop and give yourself a break. Eventually, after doing this enough, you get to the point where you can just play fast and stay relaxed for longer periods of time. So let's do it. And this exercise can be done with a pick. So let's do the faster speed burst. 3, 4. As I said, you can also be doing this exercise with a pick. Now eventually, as we get more comfortable, we speed up. Now I'm jumping kind of ahead here so you can hear it, but you want to be doing tempos in between this. I just went from 60 to 100. I'd do 70, 80, 90, and get comfortable at each level and then gradually move up. Now we're gonna go. I'm gonna try topping out here just so you can kind of see what that looks like in the hand. Look at how my pinky starts to fly around. I'm at 140. I'm gonna go to 160. I have trouble staying with the metronome. You see my pinky flopping around more. Clearly I need to practice it at slower tempos and get more comfortable and more relaxed and really focus on keeping this good form and posture. I can't stress enough how practicing at that quarter note or at the 16th note equals 60 will help you. Speed comes from slowness and from relaxing. Your goal is to be able to unload and then prepare and be ready to go as you're doing this. And again, you can do it with a pick as well. I've been doing it with fingerstyle, but exercise works both ways. All right, that's synchronization.